question, how do you build a snowman? With snow. Well, I live in Central California where there is no snow, so instead of waiting around for a snowstorm, we're gonna use science to create our own snow, to create our own snowman. Now, will it really be snow, or is it just like snow? As scientists, we're going to witness two different things during this activity. Physical change, we're going to create our snowman. Chemical change, we're going to destroy our snowman. First up, physical change, let's make some snow. For today's experiment, you are going to need mixing bowl. For measuring cups, you need a 1 cup and a 1/2 cup. You are also going to need baking soda and conditioner. Any kind is fine, but white is the best because it looks the most like snow. We're gonna combine our ingredients and see if we can create something that looks and feels like snow. Next, we're getting our hands dirty. We're not using a spoon. Use your hands to get a more crumbly effect. If you use a spoon, it makes it too smooth and you won't be able to get that real snow-like texture. So, let's go. Now we're mixing baking soda and conditioner together. And as we stir, the materials are changing shape and texture. Is this a new substance? Nope, we still have baking soda and conditioner. We're just combining them and changing their form. This is called a physical change. It changes its shape, size, texture, or state of matter. But the substance itself stays the same. So look, now our mixture can be molded and actually hold different shapes. We changed the form of the material, but we didn't create anything new. Just like when snow falls and we pack it into a snowball or a snowman, the ice crystals are still water molecules. We just changed their arrangement. Out of paper, I've just made the accessories for a snowman, but let's go ahead and build. No. I just created these out of colored paper, but feel free to grab sticks from outside. You can color a toothpick orange for the nose. And for eyes, if you've got googly eyes, I'd use them. So these decorations make our snowman look different. They don't change what the snowman is made of. Again, we made a physical change. There's our cute little snowman. I'm gonna call him Paul. But every snowman has an enemy, science. And in this case, we're doing a chemical change. So, Paul lost an eye. Let's get your eye back on there. For our chemical change, our destruction of our snowman, we're using vinegar. I'm using it in a Fanta beaker. You don't have to, you can use it in a cup. I just think it looks fun. We're going to do a 1/2 cup or about 200 milliliters of vinegar, and then we're gonna pour it on our snowman and see what happens. So I'm pouring some vinegar, 200 milliliters or 1/2 cup. So look closely. Say bye, Paul. Bye, Paul. Whoa. Oh no. So vinegar contains acidic acid, and when vinegar touches baking soda, a chemical reaction happens. Ah! Oh, that's getting big. I probably should have got a bigger plate. So we see bubbling, we see fizzing, we see foam. Gas is being released. And these bubbles we see are a clue that a new substance is being created. This reaction makes carbon dioxide gas. But because gas is forming and the original materials are changing into something new, this is called a chemical change. Don't forget to take a picture of you and your snowman. I wish I took one with Paul. So today we use science to create and destroy a snowman. We created the snowman, we changed shape, we changed texture, still baking soda and conditioner. This was a physical change. Just like when we make snow, it's H2O, it's water, it's just frozen and malleable. No new substance, just a physical change. Destroying the snowman, bubbles formed, gas was created, a new substance was formed. This was a chemical change. So whether you're building a snowman or watching bubbles form or seeing a volcano erupt, chemistry is happening all around us because science is everywhere. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
If your students enjoyed this activity, check out the standards-aligned Chemical versus Physical Changes video lesson at generationgenius.com.